My name is Endavar, and welcome to a brand new series. This is Surviving with Mekanism. I'm going to be playing some survival Minecraft with no other mods but Mekanism. That means no storage mods, no farming or magic, just Mekanism and some basic quality of life tools. So let's get started. Trees. Trees are good. As this is just Mekanism, we don't have any tools that will help with farming. So in this episode 0, it's mainly going to be collecting the vanilla resources we need in preparation for getting into the crazy stuff we can do with the Mekanism mod. My plan is to try and use everything in this mod and explore some of the lesser known items, which doesn't really happen when you play in the larger mod packs. And as you can see, there is a lot of it. But we're way off this yet, so let's get on with doing a bit of mining. Alright, so I've got wood, so we should probably get some tools, shouldn't we? And as we're hanging over a ravine, we should probably get down there and get some stone. We'll just go with a wooden pickaxe for now, and then we can make everything else out of stone. Ow. First stone, nice. So let's get some more sticks, a stone pickaxe, and a shovel. I need a bit more. Well, at least get myself an axe and a furnace. So let's have you and one of you. Right, I think I should do for now. Is there anything easy I can grab? Let's get some copper. That's going to be very handy. Coal. Need coal. Right, that could go on forever, so let's not go down there. And, well, did I see some iron over here? Because iron would be good. And we are obviously playing on hard mode, so getting some armor pretty early on would be nice. I want to keep exploring because I don't want to get stuck in a cave already, so we should probably get some food. So, cows, let me relieve you of your meat. There we are, enough wool for a bed. This is going well. Okay, what else we got? We have a jungle. There's a good mix of biomes around here, so should mention as well, I will put a download to this pack, if you can call it that, in the description, and I'll also put the seed that I'm using down there as well, just in case you want to play along. So as I say, we've got a lot of biomes around here, so I'm going to do a little bit of exploring, but I'm going to want to settle down somewhere fairly soon so we can go do a bit of mining and get on with fun stuff. So I'll do a bit of wandering and see if we can find something interesting. So firstly, pumpkins, we're definitely going to need those later on, and while I'm up on this hill, I thought I'd chop down a few more trees as well. And with that, it was starting to get night, so I put down my furnace and smelted up the steak because the food situation was getting pretty bad. And once it was time, I slept through the night. Then I decided to do another jump, and this time landed in the water. Pro skills. But not that much of a pro because I forgot that boats were a thing, and I just paddled across this lake for what seemed like an eternity. I decided to go this way though because I spotted a village in the distance, so I went there and explored all the houses, but not one chest. Absolutely terrible. But I did manage to steal some carrots and some potatoes, and then from a librarian house I got a lectern and a few bookshelves. Again, they will definitely come in handy. So then I decided to go to the Badlands, and on the way I grabbed some melons and sugarcane, and I spent some time climbing up a mountain in the Badlands, and I did seriously think about settling here, but then went back down the other side and found a forest that I think is going to be home, at least for now. And as it was night again, I dug into the side of a mountain, put a birch door on the front because I was panicking and that was the first wood that I saw, placed my first torch, and then dug out a bit of a room where I can make a start. Okay, so this is where we are at the minute. We've got a little 9x9 room with a little bit over here with furnace, a couple of chests and a bed. And it is night again, so we're going to stay inside for a little bit. So firstly, what I want to do is just explain a couple of things that I've got in this mod pack. I'm going to try and aim this at people who have never really played modded before, so I'm going to try and explain everything as much as I can. So aside from Mekanism, well, we actually have 3 mods from Mekanism. The main one with the machines, the one that does all the generators. So these things here, these are all from an add-on called Mekanism Generators. And then we also have one called Mekanism Tools as well. So this is all like the Paxel and all the armor and weapons that can be crafted from the Mekanism machines. But we do have a couple of other things as well. You'll notice 2 things on the screen. So the one in the middle, where we're looking at the furnace, this is called Jade. And this will basically tell us information about whatever we're looking at. So you can see here, this is stone, that's a bed, which obviously we know that, but it gets more interesting when we're looking at machines. So we don't have any machines yet, but we can also apply it to the furnace. So we can see we've got cobble in there, and that's cooking into stone, but we can also see that's run out of fuel, so we can put some more in there. The chests, again, it'll show us a preview of what's in there. I'm not sure if it'll show everything, because it may just cut off at a certain point, but yeah, anyway, at a glance we can see what's in there. We also have a mod called Mouse Tweaks, and what we can do with that is if we hold down Shift, then click on something and then just move our mouse over everything else, that'll go into there. And this is one of those things that I wish was in vanilla because it is so handy. And then if we put things in a random order, if we middle click, that will sort them so it's nice and neat. just like that. The other thing on the screen is journey map. So if we look at the top right, we have a map there. We can see all the mobs that are around underground and a few cows outside. But if we press the J key, it'll also bring this screen up, and this is a more advanced map. And we can do a lot of things in this. We can change how the mobs appear. We can see what level we want to go down to, so we can see where all the caves are. And we can look at the map in different forms as well. But the main thing we're going to use this for is waypoints. So in here, we can set waypoints, and these are like beacons that appear when we're far away. But it also labels it as well, so you can see the key locations in your world, and mainly so you don't get lost. So let's set one now. It defaults the name to the coordinates, but we can just change this to home. Set the color to something a bit better. Yeah, let's have that. And then we just need to click save, and then we have that home there. So if we X out of this, you can see that appears on the map, but there's nothing in the world. That's because we're too close to it. So if we move just a little bit away, you'll see this beacon appear, and it tells us it's 9 meters away in that direction. So we can go really far away, thousands of blocks, and you'll still be able to see this. So that is a really handy thing for not getting lost, and it is definitely essential in the nether. Next we have JAI, and that's what all this mess is on the side. I've already been using it and not explained it. So this is basically just shows us everything that we can craft. The first few pages are basically vanilla Minecraft, and we can just click on it and it'll tell us the recipe, or if we right click on it, it'll tell us what it can be used for. So in this case, that can be turned into a mangrove boat with chest, but it also tells us what other things we can do. So we can burn it for fuel, and also how many items it'll burn. But then in the mechanism machines as well, we can turn it back into planks. So JAI is always essential in most mod packs because there's a lot going on and it's very difficult to remember everything. So obviously all the recipes for mechanism are in there as well, so we can just click on these and it'll tell us what we need. But we also have this plus here as well. So if we're in a crafting table, we can just click on that. So if we have everything in our inventory, we can just click that and it'll automatically put it into the crafting table for us, so we'd have to do it. It's basically just like a more advanced version of the book from vanilla Minecraft. So other than that, we've got some basic stuff that I would normally have in vanilla Minecraft anyway. So I have the zoom function. I also have free cam, just for GT moving about and seeing what's underground. See, stuff like that. It's not cheating, definitely. And as you've already seen, we've got the replay mod as well. So how are we doing? Right, I think we should have a sleep now and get on with some things, shouldn't we? So, right, so what I'm going to want to do now is get some stone and some wood, because I've got some work to do. So I say it's a better version of this, but for basic stuff, I do still like to use this one. So let's grab a couple of axes. Let's get 2. I might as well get on the pickaxe. Or 2, yeah, because I'm going to go do a bit of mining as well. But I think the first thing I want to do is chop down quite a few trees, because I have playtested this pack a little bit, and one of the mistakes I made is that I didn't do enough vanilla stuff to get started, and I was constantly chopping down trees or going mining just for a little bit more iron, and it got really annoying. So aside from chopping down trees, we're going to have to do a lot of mining initially as well. There is a machine that we can use in Mechanism that will do the mining for us eventually, but we do need a lot of stuff before we can craft that. So it is going to be very manual at first, and we also need to do some farming as well. So the obvious reason for that is to get some food, but we also need it to be able to create biofuel, which is something that we're going to need to generate power later on. And again, that's something that I didn't do in my playtest, so I was constantly trying to get more stuff. So that's why I grabbed those pumpkins and the melons, because I think that's going to be the easiest way. But we'll probably use sugarcane as well, and maybe do a few different things. But as I say, we're going to try and do everything in Mechanism that we can. So there may be something else I haven't even thought of. So I'm just going to spend a bit of time chopping down these trees. Maybe get a few vanilla farms set up, and then we should probably go do some mining, shouldn't we? So after spending a whole Minecraft day chopping down trees with just stone axes, which is obviously great fun, I cleared quite a decent area, but wasn't able to set up any farms because I don't have any water up here, and I didn't want to plant anything next to the river, so it's time to get on with some mining. The good news is though, I do have a decent amount of wood now, so that should last me for a little bit. But I think now though, it's time to get on with some mining, isn't it? So I'm just going to go into the side of these a little bit. Hopefully that's not outside. And then I'm going to dig down to Y16, because that is the best level to get iron. So I'm just going to dig down here. I should probably take some ladders with me as well though. I do have a few torches, so that's good. But yeah, I'll craft up some ladders, get down to Y16. So hopefully you can get some iron, and then make a start on something a little bit more interesting. And please let me know what you think of the idea for this series in the comments. I really love to hear your feedback. And if you've got any requests, anything you want me to go through in Mechanism, I know I've said I'll do it all, but there may be something you want to see earlier on, so please let me know, and I'll see if I can get to that any sooner. And also, if you are enjoying this video, please do leave a like. It really does help. And if you're really enjoying it, please consider subscribing. Right, so after a fairly short amount of time, our last pick is about to break, and this is what I ended up with. So an absolute ton of copper, which normally is a little bit annoying, but we are actually going to be using this in Mechanism. There's a lot we can do with copper, and we need them mainly to make the infused alloys, but we'll get to this. So the main thing I was going for there really was the iron. So I am going to smelt this up. It would have been nice if I could process this a bit with Mechanism, but obviously we're not at that stage yet. So I'm just going to put this straight into here. And do I have anything? Set the coal. So now I've got some iron. I can actually get some farm set up, Kai, and that is the main thing I want to do now. So I'll get enough iron for a pickaxe, but first a bucket. Always a bucket. So I suppose we can stick all the rest of this work out. So these two things here, two of the ores that are added by Mechanism. Osmium is the main one that we're going to use for absolutely tons of stuff, but you can also make armor and weapons out of this as well, and it is really good. So I think as soon as I've got enough osmium, I'm going to craft up a full set of armor, and I'll get that on. But for now, let's just get this iron done. So we'll have a bucket, just like that, and then with the other one, we can make a pickaxe. Nice. Because we are going to need to get some diamonds pretty soon as well, but let's just for the minute stick that away. And is it night time? It is. So let's have a sleep and go get some water. And we should probably grab a hoe as well, shouldn't we? And some of the things that we're going to plant. So what we've got: sugarcane, pumpkins, carrots, potatoes, melons. And have I got any sand? No, I haven't got any sand, so we can't do cactus. And I only have that many wheat seeds. That's not great, is it? Okay, but definitely want farm setting up for all of this. So where's the quickest way to water? Let's go this way because I think there's a little pond over here. I saw that when I was chopping down some trees. Oh no, it's flowing water, isn't it? Alright, let's just have it anyway. So have that. Oh, little dude. No, I don't have any armor on. Can you just bend to death? Nope. So we'll just set up some temporary vanilla farms down here for the minute. We are going to automate this eventually, but it is going to be still vanilla farms, so we'll just do something really basic for now. We've all seen this before, so I'll just get some basics going, and then we can have a look what we end up with. Right, so a fair amount of time later, I have set up a few things, and I've also been doing a few other things as well, and I've got a few cows over here, because one of the things I really want to get done before the end of this episode is to get an enchanting table going with a full setup. Even though it's going to be a struggle to get the levels, I would like to try and to be able to get fortune. So I've set up a few things. I've got the cows going, I've got some bamboo, cactus, because I went and got some sand, got a ton of sugarcane down here because this is what we're going to need for the books, and then the main crops that I had before. So I've got all the wheat, carrots and potatoes, and I've got melons and pumpkins over here as well, and I've been harvesting these a little bit, and I've got all this farmland filled up, so I can just grab a couple of these. And I'm obviously going to automate all this, but that is going to be completely vanilla, so it's not that interesting as far as this series goes, but it is still going to be very essential. The cows, yeah, I need to keep these breeding, but let's go have a look at some of the other stuff I've done, because I've also been doing a little bit of mining. Oh yeah, staircase as well. I know, pro building skills. Anyway, so I've got a few more chests, because I've been doing a little bit of mining, and you'll see in here, got a bit of osmium already smelted up there. I've got a full stack of iron in this one, bit of food, and 41 osmium ingots there. So we're doing well for the osmium, and I think now, like I said, we're going to craft up a full set of osmium armor, because it is really good, and I've found some really big caves, and I've been too scared to go in them. So let's get that, and then we'll do that as well. So I also want to do an osmium pickaxe. I've been using a couple of iron ones. I've already been through 2 iron pickaxes, but the durability on an iron pickaxe is only 250. But if we have a look at the osmium one, this actually shows you on these as well, it's 1024. So that's very close to diamond. I think diamond is like 1500, and then netherite is 2000. So it's not bad at all. It's definitely much better than iron, but not much more difficult to get. So we're going to go with that. We could do a paxel, I suppose, but let's just go with this for now, and I can go mine some of the things that I found, because these actually mine up to diamond level as well, so we don't need to use iron for that. So let's just stick some stuff away. I should probably put this armor on as well, that would help, wouldn't it? So I'll stick that in there, put the iron away. Right, so I've been doing a little bit of mining, like I said, and I did go down to Y16 before, which is this first level here, and I did most of my mining at this level, and I got quite a bit of iron from that. There's still some copper to get, but you know, I've got tons. So after I did that, I went down to Y-16, and that is the best level to get gold at. So that's this one here, and I haven't done much down here. I haven't even mined any gold yet, because my iron pickaxe had already run out before I did that. So let's just grab our first bits of gold. Okay, and we also have uranium here as well. I think you could have mined this with a stone pickaxe, but I didn't bother. So we'll just grab this, because we're not going to need uranium for quite a while. This is for like the reactors later on, which, yeah, that'll take a while to get to that. And then down here, I've also mined down a little bit. And as I was going down here, saw diamonds straight away. I wasn't going to mine at this level, but when I saw these, I had to get them. So I'm just going to mine 2 of them for now, and then we can set up the enchanting table and hopefully get fortune before we mine the rest. So if we just come down here a little bit, I've come right down to bedrock as well, and the first mine shaft that I mined down here, probably already be able to see it. There are some diamonds here as well, so I think there's, what is it, another 4 here. So yeah, that's alright. But as I say, I've got the 2 that I need for the enchanting table, and I don't need to get a diamond pickaxe just yet, because I think Osmium also mines obsidian as well. I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me, but we'll test that in a minute. So I'm going to need to get some obsidian, obviously, so I can do the enchanting table, so I'll probably need to find that. So I'll tell you what, let's go back down to the bottom level and see, have a little bit of a dig and see if we can find some lava. And of course I'd have a bucket on me, but yeah, we'll find some lava first and then try and get some obsidian. Right, so not too long later, I found a little bit of lava and I've been to get my bucket, so let's put this down and let's see if this actually works. Because now I said it, I'm doubting myself. So let's do that. And, oh, no, you do actually need a diamond pickaxe for that. That's annoying, isn't it? And the reason I know that is, if we look at the top of the screen, it's got a red cross next to the pickaxe. So it's saying I need diamond level to do that. So there will be other picks in Mekanism that allow me to do that. Maybe steel or refined obsidian, but those are quite advanced. So, yeah, I'm going to need to craft a diamond pickaxe before I can do that. So that means I'm going to need to do the standard vanilla thing and mine 5 diamonds. So I've already done 2, so if we get another 3 from this... Right, so let's craft a diamond pickaxe and give this another go. Right, so now we have the green tick. Obviously, we can mine it with a diamond pickaxe. So my plan here is basically just get enough obsidian for the enchanting table. But I suppose while I'm here, I might as well get enough for another portal as well. Going to the nether might actually help with the XP as well, because I really want to get a fortune pickaxe today. Let's get that one. And it's not the fastest thing in the world, is it? But let's just get another 10 if we can. I don't even know if there's that much here. But anyway, let's get enough for the nether portal as well. And you never know, maybe go to the nether today. Right, so I've got 18 obsidian there, which is more than enough. But we are going to need obsidian later on for getting into some of the more advanced stuff. So it is always handy to have a little bit extra. And I am going to need some more, but I've just had enough of mining with unenchanted. So I'm just going to grab this redstone as well. So we'll get the rest of this. And then we can get the enchanting table set up. And maybe even go to the nether. Because I'm going to need... levels. I need to get to 30 levels, don't I? And I haven't found a spawner yet, and I'm not at the stage where I'm going to be building a normal mob farm. So yeah, let's get back up top and we can get another portal set up and see how scary it is through there. Right, so let's get the basic version of this done. I have a few books on me and a little bit of leather that I've got from killing a few cows. Not mine, just the ones that I've seen out and about. So let's craft up the paper, turn that into as many books as we can, and then if we grab those other 2 diamonds, turn that into an enchanting table. And if I grab some wood as well, let's have that. Actually, no, let's use the birch. I'm not going to use that for building, am I? So let's grab that. And if we turn that into bookshelves, that's 9. That's not bad. So we're not far off. It's going to be the levels, isn't it? So let's put a few of you down here. So that's 9. So we just need another 6 of those. So let's just see what's on that. Because if we had fortune on either of these, I would be happy with that. Even if it was fortune 1 or 2. So yeah, nothing there at the minute. I've just been breeding up the cows a little bit as well. So I'm definitely going to have to wait to get those bred up anyway. But while we're at it, we do have 14 obsidian. So I could do a 3x3 here, couldn't I? But let's just go ultra basic for now. Put it outside here. So let's get this down here like that. And do I have flint and steel? I should do, shouldn't I? So yeah, I've got iron and flint. So have you, and I'll put some of these valuables away because I don't want to take all this to the nether. That, pull that down, pick away, I don't need that. Let's take a bit of cobble, get that lit, and see how hard this is. I'm hoping for another waste, so I can just run around and get a little bit of quartz and get some levels. And I don't have any gold armor on either. Oh, it's a crimson forest. Of course it's a crimson forest. Yeah, I don't want any part of that for now, thank you. Right, so I think I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way and just try and kill a lot of things. Unless I can find a spawner and I can maybe get a mob farm set up. For now, I'll just carry on doing a little bit of farming, breed up and eventually kill a few of these cows. And we'll see if we can get enough levels and enough leather to get this set up and do some full proper enchanting. Right, so as you can see, I've been a little bit busy and we have a massive amount of cows. But the main thing is here, look at the levels. We have 31 levels ready to do a bit of enchanting. So I've been busy around here. I've been chopping down a lot more trees. I've been, as you can hear from the cows, there's a lot of them in there. So I have been breeding these up a lot. That's where I got most of my levels from. And I have just killed a few of them as well to get my final few levels. So that's gone well. I've expanded the farms quite a lot as well. Not the pumpkins and melons, but this bit I've done up here just so I could have more wheat. Because I was running out of it quite a lot doing this. So yeah, we're ready. So let's just have a quick look inside. Because I've done a little bit more digging in there. Because while I was waiting for this, it was a bit boring. So I thought I'd do something a little bit productive. And what I did was dig another room in here. So this is just another 9x9. And this is probably where I'll put my starter machines once we get that going. But I've also put in a load of furnaces as well, so I've got quite a few levels from this, and I've got a few things ready in there so I can get some more levels once I've done one enchant, just in case I want to do another one. We have a little bit more ready to go. So I've been smelting up pretty much everything. All that copper I had, that's all done now, so I got quite a lot of levels from this, and then I've got a few more things I can smelt here as well. And the main thing is I've also got a full enchanting setup now. So this is now a full enchanting setup with 15 bookshelves. And I've just been doing a little bit more mining as well because I didn't have any lapis. I got all this done, got my levels, got this set up, and then realised I didn't have any lapis. So I've just been to get that, but we don't have a lot. So let's give this a go and see what we get. So efficiency 4, that's not bad, but I would definitely like fortune. Right, that's not great, but it's not terrible. I'm not upset about that. So I didn't mention this as well. I did craft an osmium paxel, and this is like a multi-tool that we can use to mine stone, wood, and use it as a shovel as well on sand and gravel and stuff. So the recipe for this, pretty simple. It's just a pickaxe, an axe, and a shovel, as you'd expect really for what it does. So I've been using this to do most of my mining, and if I could get fortune on this, that'd be alright as well. Oh, look at that, fortune 3. Right. I should probably craft another one though. So maybe, yeah, let's craft. Oh, can I just? I don't know if I can repair it though. That's the problem. I'm not sure if you can use an anvil and more osmium to repair these like you can with normal tools. But do I have enough iron to do that? Yeah, I do. Let's craft an anvil and see if this works. Just out of interest, really. So let's get that. One of those. Now, if I get some osmium for science, let's see if this works. Yes, it does. All right, that's good. Okay, so I'll take that. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that, like, because now I've got loads more levels to get. Why did I do that? Right, so after killing a few more cows, smelting up a ton more stuff, and I got really desperate and even killed an enderman. I finally now have 30 levels again, so we can get this one enchanted, and yes, we can get Fortune 3, which can be very good. Fortune 3 and Efficiency 4, that is not bad. Considering this has quite high durability, that's not bad, and I'm probably going to do most of my mining with this, because it's got unbreaking. And then I can just fortune everything with this. So I think that is a good balance for now. So I'm going to get this stuff put away. And just to finish off, we can go fortune those diamonds, can't we? See if we get anything decent. So obviously between episodes, I think I'm going to have to do quite a bit of mining. Because gathering up the resources, that's the last thing we need to do really. And then we can get into doing some mechanism properly. So where would my diamonds? There we go, down here. Did I get all these ones? No, there we go. So we've got nothing on us. Fortune 3, what do we get? 1. I hate that. And 1 again. That's not fair. Right, I think there's only 1 left down here, wasn't there? Do you know what? If after all that, I'm only going to get 1 diamond from each of these, that's going to... That's more than 1, isn't it? There we go. Got 2. That was worth it. So, 4 diamonds from 3 ores. That was worth all of that effort to get Fortune 3, wasn't it? Definitely. Right, so I think down here, I can start mining out some bigger tunnels. I'm going to go as far as I can with this. Get a load of stuff. And then next time, we can get into doing some mechanism properly. And get into some really cool stuff. And not too far into the future, we can be done with mining and we'll have machines that'll do it all for us. But until then, I've got to do this. I've got to do it the old-fashioned way, get a few things. Right, so for the resource gathering vanilla-ish episode of this series, we're going to call it there. And next time, we're going to get into some serious mechanism stuff, make a start, and get some really crazy stuff going. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.